Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, our group will talk about the Ibnu Al-Razi. Before that, let me introduce myself. I'm Muhammad Faris bin Muhammad Rafi, 1182014.
My name is Muhammad Hafiz Solihin bin Glam Hazir, 1182035.
I'm Abdullah Azam bin Azlan, 1181971.
Me, Muhammad Nur Amin bin Zulmi, 1181989.
Lastly, me, Ahmad Zafi Mu'i bin Abdul Razak, 1182002.
Okay, today I'm gonna talk about the spiritual medicine in Al-Quran. So, spiritual can be defined or related to the human spirit or soul that opposed to the material or the physical things, and also relating to religion or religious belief. So spiritual healing is awakening the self, awakening those quality of the human soul which have positive impact in their life, such as love and compassion, passion, and tolerance. So basically, when we talk about the spiritual, is related to the soul, and it also involves emotion. So Ibnu Qayyim Al-Jawziyah in Kitab At-Tib An-Nabawi mentioned that beside the physical illness, we also have the spiritual illness, or we call it liver disease. So the spiritual illness is one of those disease that people face, although the disease itself do not have a symptom physically. So actually it is involve emotion, feeling, and the pressure of the soul and the human spirit that is not exposed to the gaze of the human eye. So in Al-Quran, Allah mentioned 28 times about the liver disease or the liver illness. Some of the verses clearly use the sentence "fi kulubihim marad." So Ibn Al-Qayyim Al-Jawzi also mentioned that there are two types of the liver illness or the spiritual illness, which are doubtful illness and the last illness. So these illness are clearly mentioned in the Al-Quran. Allah Almighty said about the doubt illness in Surah Al-Baqarah verses 10. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Fi qulubihim maradun fazadahumullahu marada wa lahum azabun alimun bima kanu yakzibun. Sadaqallahu azim. So the meaning of the ayah, in their heart is a disease. So Allah has increased their disease, and for them is a painful punishment because they used to lie. So Mufassir interpretation from Abdul Rahman bin Zaid bin Aslam. So a disease in the religion, not a physical disease. So the disease that it states in the ayah is not a physical disease. There are the hypocrites and the disease in the doubt that they brought to the Islam. And Allah has increased their disease means that increase them in their shameful behavior. So here Allah want to tell us under the traits of the hypocrite, which is the munafiq, that their heart are full of desire, worldly plan, and doubt about the religion. So their disease of the lust has been increased because they did not worry about it or sought treatment for it. So their disease become incurable due to their doubt in the Quran and the prophets. So next, for the last disease, Allah Almighty says in Surah Al-Ahzab verse 32. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا نساء النبي لستن كأحد من النساء إن اتقيتن فلا تخضعن بالقول فيطمع الذي في قلبه مرض وقلن قولا معروفا صدق الله العظيم. So the meaning of the ayah, O wives of the Prophet, you are not like other women if you are righteous. Then don't talk down so that the last of those who had disease in his heart rose and spoke good words. So let's see the Mufassir interpretation. First, O wife of the Prophet, you are not like other women if you are righteous. So this means that no woman is equal to them and can match their purity and position if they are obeyed to Allah in accordance with what He has commanded. While the meaning of then don't talk down, Allah want to say about do not speak softly when speaking to the men or when they hear your voice. Gentle speech is forbidden because it is female submission to a man and falling in front of them. While the meaning of so that the last of those who had disease in his heart rose means that they have a tertiary in their heart and it tend to sexually exalt women, such as committing adultery. Their heart are so easily moved when they see or hear something that trigger the orgasms. And the last one, and speak good words. Allah does not order to harden or raise His voice, but to speak good, not rude, appropriate, and strong words. But it was not as gentle as she was talking to her husband. So clearly, we can see that there are many verse in the Al Quran explain about the spiritual illness. So this is mean that Allah warn us about this spiritual illness and depicts that the Quran is the best source of in curing and preventing this illness. So the best solution is actually to use the verses of the Quran as a remedy and preventions of this spiritual illness, as Allah say in the Al Quran in the Surah Al Isra verses 82. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وننزل من القرآن ما هو شفاء ورحمة للمؤمنين ولا يزيد الظالمين إلا خسارا. صدق الله العظيم. Meaning of the ayah, and we send down of the Quran that which is healing and mercy for the believers, but it does not increase the wrongdoers except in loss. So clearly we can see in this ayah, Allah say وَنُنَزِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاء, means that the Quran that Allah sent down to the messenger, to our prophet, is a cure. It means that it's a cure that can cure all the illness, especially the spiritual illness. So it can take away whatever in our heart of the doubt, hypocrisy, and confusion or inclination toward the religion. So, in conclusion, does this it's proof that the Al Quran itself can cure the spiritual illness for the human. Yes.
Proof of spiritual healing of Quran by Rasulullah. Okay, it has been proven by the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that every verse of the Quran has a significant healing power for a specific disease. Rasulullah also focused on a specific chapter and verses for healing. For example, center chest tightness, Surah Al-Inshirah; chronic headache, Surah Al-Hash, verse 21; skin problem, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 266; fear, keep repeating Surah Al-Qurash, especially verse 4. These are the main scientific and historical basis from the experiences of the former, with the Quran healing theory mainly based on it. Next, sound healing theory. We are going to discuss how sound healing theory can affect our body. So, what is sound? Sound consists of vibrational waves that move in the air, travel from ear to brain, so it has great effect to brain cells. These are scientific vibration theory. They are scientific vibration theory, which say that all the atoms of the universe, such as metal, liquid, and gas, vibrate in a specific frequency. So from this theory, we can conclude that each human cells consists of billions vibrating atoms, which can be easily affected by sound surrounding vibration. Any defect in the cells that disturb its function usually caused by vibrational imbalance in cells, which will lead to defect in certain body part. Recitation of Quran actually has an astonishing effect on whole body of human, which it will restore balance in cells, vibration, and lead to normal cell function again. So that's why sound is considered as an affecting healing power. So next, relationship between reverence and brainwave. So we go one by one with the definition of the word reverence, then the brainwave. So what is reverence? Reverence is the glorification or magnification. So as we know, many Quran verses that has the express of feeling of fear and reverence to Allah. So how about brainwave? Brainwave is actually an electromagnetic frequency wave that changes according to the human activity. It divided into 4 parts. 1. Alpha for relaxation. 2. Beta for high alert. 3. Delta for deep sleep. 4. Theta for sleep. So, beta has the highest frequency while delta has the lowest frequency. So when a person in glorification condition, brainwave produce less vibration, so the frequency of the brainwave is low. This will cause brain to relax due to production of delta wave, which is the lowest frequency. So low frequency brainwave is very important for healing. This is because when brain is relaxed, it will become strengthened and helps to fix any undesired result of illness or psychiatric disorder. So continuous agitation strain will lead to the illness and psychiatric disorder.
Okay, next we are moving to biography of Ibn Al-Razi. Next. Okay, the full name of the Ibn Al-Razi is actually Abu Bakr Muhammad bin Zakaria Al-Razi. And Ibn Al-Razi is known as the father of pediatrics. And he born at the Ray, which is right now known as the Iran, in 845 Common Era at the city that not far from the modest Tehran. And Ibn al-Razi died at the Iran or the Ray at the Samanid Empire during 925 century era. And during that period is known as the Islamic Golden Era. And Ibn al-Razi early interest in the music, and he started studying about the chemistry, philosophy, logic, mathematics, and the physics. Next. And Ibn al-Razi also started to earn his living for a time as a banker or money changer. This is the first job, or the first that he trying to earn some money. And then he living the Ray for the first time to learn about the first medicine knowledge during migrate to the Baghdad. And the first knowledge that he learned at the Baghdad is about the knowledge to healing the someone. And the reason the Ibn al-Razi leave the Iran is actually because the Baghdad city is well known for the hospitality, libraries, and the knowledge because have the research institute. And after that, he returned to the Iran array. He was appointed as the chief administrator of the municipal hospital at the Iran. And for a long time, he leaving the Iran back to the Baghdad after having an offer for being a chief physician and director of a great hospital in the Iran. Now about his practice or words. During the Middle Age, Ibn al-Razi is known as a person that wrote about a lot of books, and the famous one is about the Handbook of the Medical Science, that also known as the Mansur, which is the Mansur is referred to the Mansur Ishaq, is the governor of the Iran during the 903 century era. And this kind of book is quite famous during that time because this medical science book got translated to Latin and been one of the popular refer book in each university at Europa in 19th century. Also, the Ibn al-Razi also wrote about his reading practice, and he learned during his life in Kitab al-Hawi, which is known as the system of medicine. Next, the interest fact is Ibn al-Razi during 1279 he wrote the most largest and the heaviest book printed, and that book is known as the Continents. The book itself known as the heaviest because it composed of the knowledge from the Greek, Islamic, and Hindu, and was prepared for the king of the Silari, known as Charles or Amju. Um, and the last one, during his decline years, Al-Razi get a problem with his vision, and so he went right to the hospital and write about proposal for the surgical of his eyes, but unfortunately, the proposal get rejected because someone said that Ibn Arazi seen enough of the world and died, and he died at the Iran on 26 October.
So next part, we will be talking on Al-Razi and spiritual medicine. Next, Abu Bakr Muhammad ibn Zakaria Al-Razi is known for a great doctor, but secondly, he is famed in philosophical theory of the five eternals, which are God, soul, matter, time, and place. All the last four elements is put on the par of the element of God. But on behalf of the spiritual medicine aspect, we are going to talk mainly on the soul element and what it's got to do with Al-Razi. So this explanation about spiritual medicine and soul are mainly taken from Al-Razi's book titled Notes on the Spiritual Physics of Al-Razi. So, the first and the foremost, Al-Razi comment on his book about envy. Envy harms the body and also it can harm the soul. Envy can cause boiling of the heart and can damage the heart, and it's become an aspect of the soul illness itself. So in some point, envy is there to make our soul going up and down. For example, in Sirah and stories found in Quran, the story of Habil and Khabil, and Sirah regarding Prophet Yusuf and his envy brothers are going to let them such a bad effect, are going to lead them into such a bad outcome resulted from envy itself. So next, secondly, drunkenness. So it's clearly that drunkenness are going to give bad effect to the body and even the rationality of our soul. So when people drink, it's also affect the psychological and body. And Al-Razi warned the people about the dangers of the drink. According to Holy Quran, Allah mentioned the wisdom behind this prohibition 1,000 years ago. It has been prohibited drunkenness in multiple verses and 3 stages. So the first, Allah prohibit drunk or prohibit people getting drunkenness as a general, and the second stage is about to not let the drunkenness into prayers, and the last stage, stage 3, Allah prohibited the drunkenness as a whole and total. So next, Al-Razi comment on the connection of the three soul, brain, heart, liver, with Al-Razi postulates about natural, animal, and physics. A list of function of rational soul includes sensation, voluntary motion, imagination, thought, and memory. All are depending on soul, a rational soul. So this sensation, voluntary motion, imagination, and thoughts are going to be the guidance. The souls are going to be the guidance to our action, to do motion and sensation and all of that. For example, a male cat can even make love with its mother because of cats do not have soul and not guided by soul and do not guided by brain. cats do not have brains or al-aql to guide their soul and think, and they cannot even think what is haq and what is batil. So next, deliberation. What is deliberation? Deliberation is a label for rational capacity to consider a course of action and wait for things that not appropriate. Al-Razi even compare the rationality of a person's soul with an animal based on the previous example on connection just now. So number 5, next, the fear of death. Al-Razi state that death is better than life even for someone who reject the afterlife, and our soul do not dead along with our body based on his 5 eternal concept. He encouraged people not to fear of death, either you believe the afterlife or not, because surely the soul will alive even the body was dead. So Al-Razi said, this is because the mere absence of pleasure is not painful. Only the unsatisfied pleasure cause suffering. And that again, sometimes to which are subject only in this life.
Okay. The next thing that Al-Razi discussed that related with the soul, which is pleasure. Al-Razi agree on some point that Plato made, only some, not totally agree with the Plato, because Plato said that pleasure is not good because it require presence of pain or harmful state that are being removed or eliminated temporarily as one is pleased. When someone fulfill their desire to get the pleasure, he actually remove the pain. For example, uh, in order you to get an ice cream, you must lose your money. In order to get something, you must lose something. And for example, if you eat more, then it will cause the pain or disease to you. So this the simple example. When someone want the pleasure, so the pain will cause on you. But instead, Al-Razi is in moderate opinion. He not totally avoid the Muslim to not fulfill their desire, only in moderate amount. So he thought that we should consider the long-term balance of pleasure and pain that involved in our course of action. As Allah said in the Holy Quran, وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمْ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا لِتَكُونُوا شُهَدَاءَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَيَكُونَ الرَّسُولُ عَلَيْكُمْ شَهِيدًا. Thus, we have made you a justly balanced community that you will be witness over. The people and the messenger will be a witness over you. And another example in spiritual medicine aspect, the pleasure of eating by consuming such a lot of food will lead to indigestion and disease in our gut and body. Next. So, only knowledge will tame our lower soul. When someone know the sub effect, the pain and the pleasure in something, he will avoid or take it in moderate. So the person will get less pain and be in very pleasure life, very happy life without any pain, because he know every single thing that he need or he should not take. So next, Al-Razi also discussed about the anger. Anger is affection of soul that we must combat or defeat, because people who tend to give in their affection without rational soul and thought is like a beast or animal. only animal will follow all of their desire. In spiritual medicine, the unstable soul and mind will, with the anger, sadness, and anxiety, will cause rising of yellow bile, which cause the imbalance of body matter and component. Surely, this will cause another disease and illness due to the soul problem that affecting the body condition. Once you become angry, so you will cause harmful to your body. And as Abu Hurairah reported from the Prophet Muhammad, saying that the strong man is not one who wrestles well, but the strong man is one who controls himself when he is in a fit or rage. Taken from the Sahih Muslim. Next. So, the last part that Al-Razi discuss about is about the 3 stages of moral development. How to tame, how to train our soul. First, the first level of the soul is we are no better than beasts. That's simply giving into desire. The lowest soul is like a animal soul. And secondly, the soul that if we do not philosophically reflect by tame our lower soul, there is no action to tame our soul. That is the second level of the soul. And it will give us a reason also. Lastly, the third, the highest soul level is the ethical attainment. Al-Razi also try to mix the first stage with all the lower soul illness like anger, full of desire, sadness, envy, and etc. to the second stage, because only second stage will able to control the lower soul and will go to the highest level of the soul. All in all, with the right management of soul, Al-Razi thinks that it will result a great ethics and solve the disease that we have inside. Al-Razi, during his pursuing in medical field, he provide post-care treatment, knowing that his or her patient will having trouble with their soul after such a long medical procedure and management, saying that your soul will affect your body and also your body will affect your soul. So, Al-Razi will give the care treatment to all of his patients after the body treatment. So that's all from us. Hope you're happy with our presentation. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.